I'm Tom from DIY Life Tech, and this is a look at using the Eufy 11S Robovac in a garage. So this is a really cool little robotic vacuum cleaner from Anchor, the Eufy series. The 11S is slim, it's small, but it still has quite a lot of suction power. You can see it cruising around in my garage here. It's got little brushes. It's going to sweep things like these little bits of leaves and things into the path of the vacuum. And I find it works great in a garage. It's a pretty robust vacuum cleaner, so it can handle what you're seeing here, like bumping over this kind of concrete floor. And a lot of the sort of more advanced vacuums, I guess I would say, do things like mapping your house and determining different rooms and all that kind of stuff. You don't really need that for a garage. It's basically just a big square. So I think this is great because you don't need all that like radar and LiDAR. It's fine for it to just sort of bounce around and keep the floor clean here. And you know, I find it works great even on sort of bigger leaves. You can see some leaves kind of blow under the door and get in the garage when the door's open. And as you can see it doing here, it's pretty good at picking up even those bigger things. Now it'll work on this this brushed concrete floor, but as it's about to do, can also transition over to this small amount of carpet that I've got here in my garage, and it'll clean that as well. So it can handle those two different kinds of floors, as you could just see it doing. It can also transition from one type of floor to another, and can handle, again, these little bumps and things. Now it's going to just cruise around. It uses its bumper on the front to detect when it's close to something or has hit something, and it'll reverse. And it's fine, you know, handling objects. It's pretty delicate. You can see it's barely moving the barbell. It's going to hit that thing, not even going to knock it over, and we're all good. So I find it's great to have a robot vacuum in the garage because, again, garages get dusty. You don't spend a lot of time cleaning your garage most of the time, so it's nice to just let this thing loose every day, and it keeps it nice and clean. As the leaves kind of blow underneath, again, it's going to pick those up and keep them up off the floor, which is great. See it knocking that leaf with those brushes into its own path and then sucking up the leaves as it goes. And then when it's done, I've just got my charging station over here, and it'll actually just bring itself back to the charging station when it's finished. The only caveats I would say is make sure not to hit it with your car. So if it's cleaning and you come back into the garage, or if you don't notice that it's started cleaning and you try to back out of the garage and it's under your car, then, you know, obviously that would be a problem. So just keep an eye on the robot when you are driving in and out of the garage, and also make sure that there's no fluids on the floor. So sometimes, you know, if you drive inside and it's been raining, your car might have you know, some water that leaks out, or if you're sitting and there's a cooling system in your car outside, sometimes that'll leak once you drive into the garage, so make sure it doesn't run over or anything like that. Certainly if there's anything flammable like oil that comes out of your car, make sure that the vacuum is not operating if that's the case. But otherwise, really great to have this in my garage. Keeps my floor nice and clean and picks up all those leaves.